Good morning, guys. Today is 29th of July, and this is what I'm expecting. I'll quickly go through it. So yesterday we talked about Euro USD. I made a very free decision by taking this trade from here, from this very point now. Why? Because this is like taking a trade at the taking a sell at the premium, right? Taking a sell at the discount premium, yeah, at the discount level. So am I right? Yes, at discount. I'm taking a trade at discount level instead of the premium. Market should be in premium, then you sell down to discount, not the other way around. And I got stopped out. Market tapped into this 4 hours OB, which is sitting pretty here, and you know is showing a sign of going towards the downside. Having a 4 hour, or I should have just waited for confirmation. So currently in our 5K account, of all the profit I've made, I've lost everything. I'm back to $5,000. I'm back to 5K, guys. I'm back to 5K. But it is what it is. One good trade can cover all these losses. Now, so will I be able to get up to this trade? Yeah, I can. Let's say if I go down to my 1 hour time frame and I start watching for maybe when this low will break. Once this low breaks, it will show me a change of character. Then I'll start looking for opportunity for a sell. Or in 15 minutes, the same thing. When the low breaks, then I will know that the market has fully turned back to selling again. From there, you can look for opportunity for a sell. The GPUSD, I expected markets to come back to this daily time frame Monday unmitigated week for a continuous sell, but it has not done that yet. So rather, the market is showing a series of lower lows and lower highs. So nothing serious now. I'm not doing anything here. Then yeah, this guy is the trade I'm looking at taking. I'm looking at taking AUD USD. It is also showing yesterday was bearish too. So I expected the markets to come back to here, but it did not. So but today, if you go down to your 4 hours, you notice we had this particular candle broke multiple structures, this and this. So I marked the last unmitigated other breaker block and take out this low, which is giving 1 to 7, about 1 to 7, 9, 8, almost 1 to 8. Very nice trade if it clicks. Very nice trade. So I might give it a try. I have 3 pairs I'm looking at selling. This similar thing happened in NZD USD. Triggered the breaker block since yesterday. We have had this and still continue to the downside. But I have not really gotten into this trade because I'm not seeing an entry. Nothing on gold. But in silver, I had this analysis on silver last night, but I didn't enter it. I'm just analyzing silver. The same trend, silver and gold has been bearish, and I noticed that this particular candle broke this and this structure. Then this is an inducement. The first POI closer to the inducement is this breaker block, and that is where market tapped, coming down beautifully. I didn't take this trade, but I just feel like it's going to be a win. That should be about 1 to 10. With this space I gave it 1 to 10. If I had not given it up to this space, that's something like about 1 to 17. Jesus Christ. And you know, it is what it is, but I'm not regretting because I am just following silver, gold and BTC. I'm not really taking trades there. I analyzed BTC and it didn't play out well. I'm still trying to find out why. We had a multiple breakup structure as well, but I'm still trying to know why it did not. Otherwise, okay, yesterday was an indecision candle that swept this low, so you should have known that this place will not hold because the low of the previous day candle was swept and closed bullish. So possibly markets will come and manipulate the high before taking a sell, if at all it's going to sell. You understand? Here now I'm seeing it. Now the low of this candle, this bearish candle now was taking. Let me position the low very well so that you understand what I'm saying. low of that previous candle was taken, and it closed above, it closed upward. Do you understand? So you should be looking at buying BTC. It's just like what happened here. The same thing that happened here, exactly the same thing. As you can see, the low of this candle was swept, as you can see, and closed bullish just like yesterday, and after that market pushed to the upside up to this point. Now when a low is taken, the opposite liquidity should be taken as well. That is this. So opposite liquidity of that candle should be taken. So you should be looking at more of buying BTC and not selling BTC. So I see why that low was invalidated. Now I don't trade, but if I trade it, I would have maybe positioned myself for a buy from here, which probably would have been a misentry, who knows. Then Ethereum, I'm just following all these pairs, not like I'm trading them for now. Ethereum, nothing serious in Ethereum. Is reacting from this and is showing sign of bullishness. Is reacting from this other block and showing sign of bullishness. So there is nothing serious on ETH. So let's go to the pairs that we actually trade. Euro AUD, I expected a bearish move. But I think he's now trying to react and continue the bullish move, which I have not confirmed yet, because the last place we had a break of structure and the liquidity take a break of structure. So the protected high we have is here. So once this protected high is taken, then the bullishness will be confirmed. We'll now start looking for opportunity for a buy. Then this guy too, I marked this breaker block. If you watch my yesterday video, you are going to see that I talked about this breaker block, and market has entered it, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to enter blindly. I use it as inducement. Now I'll go to my 15 minutes. If this low breaks, then I'll now confirm that the market is bearish. But for now, I'm not going to enter. There's a possibility it might take it out, because it's entered the OB with a very strong bullish candle. The USD CHF did not come back to this OB, it just came back and created inducement. So possibly it might still come, maybe before the week runs out or next week. I don't know, but that's what I'm expecting. AUD CHF, I first marked this other block, so that's why it's not really good to enter blindly most times. I marked this other block and I was waiting for confirmation. Look at what happened. Market came back and entered this particular other block, but that doesn't mean I'm going to buy, because if you remember, we are already on this other block here. So there's a possibility it might turn to sell. But what I'm expecting is, if it's going to sell, we should have, okay, let's say something like this. Now if it's going to sell, this is multiple break of structure. This low was taken, this low was taken. The last bearish move before this buy is this candle here. So let's say this is the first candle closer to the inducement. So let's say this is 1 hour time frame. Let me delete this guy first. I would want to see this market come back here, tap here and break. Once it breaks here, once it breaks this place again, then I will now know that the market is ready for another bearish run. So but for now, I'm not really taking any entry, and I think this is going to be a nice one, because if you look at it, market was making lower lows, lower high, lower lows, lower high, I mean higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, lower low, lower high. So I'm expecting lower high, lower low. Once I see that lower, the next lower low, which possibly will break here, then I will now start positioning myself for a sell. Remember, we have been waiting for this sell. We had a sell here, but if we catch one trade, it's going to cover all the losses we had. CAD CHF have not come back to take the inducement. Still waiting. Euro CHF is still moving. Analyzed it. I didn't take it truly. Analyzed it and noticed it triggered into the breaker block, which gave over 1 to 7, 1 to 9, and it has almost at the TP. Euro CAD, I'm still waiting for this breaker block to be taken. I feel like this market has taken this breakout block. No, I'm still waiting for this breakout block to be taken. So it is what it is. This is form of a ranging market. GBP card, it triggered into this breakout block, and I'm waiting for a confirmation for a sell, which I have not seen. I have not seen a confirmation for a sell. So let's see what happens when this low breaks, and possibly this low break. We might enter with a breakout block. Then GBP CHF, I marked this. If you watch my yesterday trade, I marked this other block, but because I was already on EU trade, I didn't really enter it. That's one thing about this forex. Sometimes it will not be as if village people they follow you. You analyze markets, you analyze two, enter one. That one you enter will be a loss or will not trigger. The one you did not enter will be a win. So, but this one is, as we are looking at it, I think it's going to be a win trade. This guy, I marked this other block which market has not triggered. Then USD JPY, I mark this inducement. I mark this particular, the last bullish move before this market has not triggered it yet, so not doing anything. Euro JPY, mark this, market has not triggered it. GBP JPY, we later had, instead of having a break to the upside, we now had a break of structure to the downside. So what am I saying? GBP JPY is still bearish internally, is still bearish. So no, I'm not buying for now until I wanted it to, since this low take inducement, I wanted it to violate okay, I wanted to violate that high, but from the look of things, the recent change of character we'll have will be here. Yes, we'll be at that. Once market close above it, then we'll be sure that we are good for a buy. So for now, it's still looking bearish. And remember, we have a breaker block here in daily time frame, which I feel the market might respect. I think that's where it's coming. But nevertheless, we are not going to enter. Then this guy is CAD JPY is not doing anything. Chef JPY analyzed it yesterday. In fact, I wanted to enter this trade, but the chart is not looking exactly like the way it is in my MT5, and that is the only reason why I did not enter it. You see this breaker block that happened here? You see this breaker block that triggered? I analyzed. If you check my yesterday trade, you are going to see the analysis there, and they perfectly triggered just exactly the same way we predicted. I said that we have having a series of sweeping of liquidity, sweeping of liquidity, sweeping of liquidity, and the market gave us this. So this is 1 to 10 trades, but fortunately it has moved over 1 to 4. Yeah, about 1 to 4, almost 1 to 5 now. Unfortunately, we did not trigger the market because the charts here is quite different from the charts on TradingView. So I did not see how to calculate my loss. I decided to let it go, and just like I said, the ones who did not enter will play out well, the ones who enter will play out well. But I see a trade that if I analyze the trade and it play out well, I see it as a win. I don't really see it as a loss. Why? Because I will try to like recognize that particular pattern when it happens again. Nothing in Euro NZD, nothing in GBP NZD. A USD card, I analyzed this market in 1 hour structure, which I had this last breaker here. So but it seems market is reacting from this breaker, but I will still not take it. I will still choose this guy. I will still choose this guy over this one, because if you go to your 4 hours time frame, market has, I think this particular leg now mitigated the body of this candle. Yeah, had it been the market mitigated the body of this candle like this, I will say okay, fine. But there's every possibility this thing will still come and trigger me, and you know, even though I might not really take it, but that's exactly what I'm expecting on this pair. GBP, Euro GBP, I marked this return. We marked a breaker block here in daily time frame. I might consider taking this trade though, but I don't know for now. Because if you look at it very well, I marked just 50% of it. You take from 50%, you're having over 114. I might consider risking it. If it didn't trigger, fine, we'll look for confirmation entry, but I still feel the market will respect it. But then before then, I mark this inducement and breaker block, or even if you go to 4 hours, you can bring your breaker, the other block at the body of that candle, and you know, but market did not come back to take out inducement rather I still keep going up. AUDJPY, I analyzed this market to be a buy, or I found out something. I marked this particular breaker block. Where is it? This particular breaker block. If you watch my yesterday trade, you're going to see I marked this particular breaker block, but market violated it, and I went back to check why is market violating it. Now this is what I noticed. If you check your daily time frame, notice we had one sweep instead of okay, let's say we had a higher highs, higher low, a higher highs, higher low, a higher high. Now instead of having this is a sweep of liquidity, actually not really a break. Do you understand? So but I feel like market is now protecting the supply instead of demand. I think that is one to do, because if you check, it has a very strong impulsive candle to the downside, which has broken many structures and have inducement. So I am going to enter this particular trade now. I'm going to enter this particular trade in AUDJPY and see how it goes. If it goes in our favor, this is 1 to 13. If it doesn't go in our favor, it is what it is. So no emotions. That's exactly what I'm trying to do. NZDJPY is similarly to AUDJPY. We had a sweep of liquidity. I think I can see this very well. So it seems protecting this one, protecting this particular supply. Now if you go to your 4 hours, what I'm expecting to be sure, because this one now is not clear like AUDJPY, I would want this low to be broken. Once market break this low, we'll now start looking for a sell. AUDNZD similarly at the same thing. I marked this particular breaker block yesterday. If you check my yesterday video, you see I marked this particular breaker block, and I said I'm not going to enter blindly, but this is what happened. Market impulsively smashed that breaker block. So I went back to reanalyze why it is happening. Now if you look at this trade, you are going to see what we have here. Now if you go down to 3 months time frame, you notice that this market is reacting. You see 1 month. 1 month, you notice that we are reacting from a breaker block here. Now, so in daily time frame, you see that we had a higher high, higher low, 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 higher high, lower low, lower high, lower low. So we are expecting what? Lower high and lower low. And interestingly, it tapped into a daily time frame breaker block, and is expecting it coming down. Now I went down to my 4 hours, no, my 1 hour, and I saw this beautiful breaker block as well. This particular candle broke 1 and 2 and have the inducement. The first bearish candle before this up move is this, and that's why I mark this and targeting what? I'm targeting just the low of this move, which I believe the market will get there. So I have 2 trades I'm looking at to take: AUDJPY and Euro NZ, AUDJPY and AUDNZD. These 2 trades are what I'm looking at taking. I'm going to enter the 2 of them today and see how it goes, and I'll update you guys tomorrow. This guy has been, you know, giving a sign that it wants to sell. As you can see, this high swept this place and have inducements and have other block. Market tapped into that particular other block. And if you go down to your daily time frame, you notice we have been having a series of a sign that I want to change direction: lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low, lower low. So what am I saying, sir? This lower, 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 they're confused. So we'll be having higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, higher highs, higher low, lower high. Instead of breaking, it not break. High, lower low, lower high, lower low. I understand. So, but it's not really clear until it takes out. If it takes out here, we'll now start looking for a good confirmation for what? For a sell. That's what I'm looking at. So if you notice, all the AUD pairs are looking bearish, and that is another strong reason why I'm going to enter that AUDJPY and AUDNZD. Those 2 trades, I'm going to take the 2 of them. If it goes against me, we lose $80. If it goes in my favor, we make plenty money. NZD card, the same thing. Market is like protecting the supply, and we had a break here. I see. Now look at market is protecting. We had higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. Instead of having higher low to get high, we now have a lower low because it breaks all the lows here, and this is it. Market tapped into a breaker block. If you watch this candle, break 1 and 2. So market tapped into, should I say this? Okay, and it's beginning to fall. So, but for now, I've not have entry to take this trade. I don't have entry yet, but I'm just watching. Let's see. I would want to see this low break. I want to see this low break. I want to see something like this. So we'll continue selling. So I have 3 pairs I'm looking at currently. I have AUD USD for a sell on 4 hours time frame. I have AUD NZD for a sell on 1 hour time frame. I have AUD JPY for a sell on 4 hours or 1 hour time frame. They have the same type of entry. They have the same entry. Yeah, they have the same entry. So, but I'm going to use 4 hours, more clearer there. So I have these 3 pairs. I'm going to choose. I want to take AUD NZD and AUD JPY. I will leave AUD USD. Maybe I'll enter AUD USD on my other account. So let's do it right away. AUD NZD and AUD JPY. So firstly, what I'm going to do is I'll calculate. Let me start from AUD NZD. I'll calculate how many lot size I'm going to use for this trade. I'm going to calculate it. This is, I will go to position size calculator. I use my FX book. I will look for AUD NZD. I choose the account size 5,000. How many I want to reach? 0.8. How many pips stop loss? So I have 15.6. So I'm just make it 16 to give it a breathing space. So you go show me what 0.43 is what I'm going to use. Lot size I'm going to use for me to lose. $40. Now, oh my God. Just the same thing I had in Chef JPY. The charts are not correlating. The charts are not correlating at all. The charts are not correlating. Let me see FXCM. Still not the same. Still not the same. Oh my God. Okay, let me look at AUD JPY first. I think AUD JPY should be correlating. AUD JPY. Yes, AUD JPY is correlating. I'm going to enter that one. So this one is 20 pips. So I will just change the pair to AUD JPY and the pips to 20. Let me make it like 23. So I'll give it a breathing space. 0.28 is what I need to risk. So I'm going to enter it here. 0.28. Put my SL above until I see $40. Yes, and then my take profit is where? Now to check where. Okay, my take profit is below. So let me just put it there. So I will now go and enter AUD USD because I just need to enter 2 trades today. Let me see. This one is the same because I've been trading AUD USD in H form. AUD USD in H form. I had a multiple breakout structure. Now this is 12 pip stop loss, 12.8. So I'll make it 12 point, I'll make it 13.3. So I need 0.3 lots to enter this trade. So I'm going to enter with 0.3 lots for my SL. Okay, let me do 0.25 so that the space will be, I'll give it enough breathing space. Yeah, I'll give it enough breathing space, and I'll target the low. Like $250. If this one hits CP, we have met the requirement though. So let me check my funded nests and see. I think I've missed this account. I think the account has gone. The account don't go. So I have only one account now. I wanted to buy another one, but no, I'm not yet ready for new account. Let me just see whether I will pass this and see how we go. So that's what we are looking at for today. Thank you guys for engaging. We have entered the two trades, the two AUD trades, as you can see, the two AUD trades. Both of them are sell, so maybe it might go. But let's see how it goes. We'll hold till the end of the day and see how far. Thank you guys, and please like, follow us, comment, share your ideas so that we'll grow. Thank you and God bless you.